Okay, welcome to our latest video, Module 3, Lesson 6. This is the first page of the homework, letter G. Now this is a subtracting fractions problem. We need to isolate this one by itself and get it to be a fraction, because a mixed number is not helpful when you're subtracting fractions. So let's just turn this entire thing into one fraction. Because it's a mixed number, it's going to turn into an improper fraction. So let's do that. So just to make things a little neater, this needs to become an improper fraction. But I'm going to begin with just 1. Let's make that a little bit rounder. 1. Now 1 can be 1 over 1, 2 over 2, 10 over 10. There's an endless possible number of representations of 1 as a fraction. It's just the same number on the top and bottom. So, what number makes the most sense? We are dealing with, it's connected to this, so really you're adding 1 plus 2/7. So, if we're adding these two together, then it needs to have 7 on the bottom. We don't have to do any math to figure that out. We can just say, well, 7 over 7 is 1. 1 whole. 7/7 is 1 whole. So, 7/7, and then up here, we're just going to bring that down. 2/7 equals 9/7. There is also a shortcut. If you want to take a mixed number and turn it into an improper fraction, you can go 1 times the bottom, or the number times the bottom, and then add the top. That's a kind of a shortcut, but so 1 times 7 is 7, plus 2 is 9. That's where you get this 9. It's just another way of doing it, but this one is a little bit more clear, so I prefer that one. Let me get rid of that stuff. Okay, so 9/7. This is really 9 over 7. And 3/4 so we're subtracting. Now it's just a regular subtraction problem. 9/7 minus 3/4. If we go down here a little bit, let's change to red. 7, we're just going to find our least common denominator. 7, 14, 21, 28. Let's see if that's far enough. 4, 8, 12, 16. Still nothing. 20. We need to find the same number on both sides. 24, 28. It might take a couple minutes, but it's really easy to just count by the same number. Okay, so I've got 28. Green. That's a good color. 28 is our least common denominator. LCD. Least common denominator. 28. Okay. That number here is what is going to be common between these. So these fractions need to have a 28 on the bottom instead of a 7 and a 4 here. So we have to turn both numbers into an equivalent fraction with the 28 on the bottom. So let's start with 9/7. 9/7. We need to have an equivalent fraction with a 28 on the bottom. So you can leave it blank, or you can do Sometimes there's a little square there. Okay. Now 9 times what is blank? We don't know. 7 times something is 28. 7, 14, 21, 28. That's times 4. Which means you have to times 4 the top. The bottom and top must be exactly the same multiplied or divide. Otherwise it won't be an equivalent fraction. So then just do 9 times 4. 36. Whoops. 36. Okay, so 36 over 28. 36 over 28. So 9/7 is our old one. 36 over 28 is our new number. So 9/7 dies and comes back to life as a 36 over 28 fraction. They're the same fraction, just different numbers. But if you type them into a calculator, 36 divided by 28, you'll get the same as if you typed 9 divided by 7. Now, 3/4, what does that look like with a 28 on the bottom? Well, let's see. 3/4 equals, because they're equivalent fractions, 28 on the bottom. And what's on the top? Well, I don't know. Let's see. 4 times what is 28? Let's see if I can extend this page a little bit for clarity. There we go. And 4 times some number is 28. That number is 7. 4 times 7 is 28. So we've got to times 7, the top. And 3 times 7 is going to give us our mystery number, which in this case is 7, 14, 21. Now that we've got that, 3/4 dies and comes back to life as 21 over 28. 21 over 28, 3/4. It's the same number, just with a 28 on the bottom and then the corresponding number on the top, which is still 3/4, but just in a different form. Now we can just subtract them and we get our answer. 36 minus 21. You could do this in your head with doing a kind of a shortcut by subtracting the 10s and the 1s separately. So 36 minus 2 10s, or 20, would be 26, 16, and then your 1 would be 15. And 28 is on the bottom, so it stays the same. 15 over 28 is our answer, and that'll do it for today. Have a nice night. I'm hungry for pie.